Hello and welcome to the FatBoss Guide to Lei Shi, 10-man normal in the Terrace of the Endless Springs.
Hello.
This fight is really, really good actually. It's very, very simple though, like ridiculously simple.
Yeah.
But
it almost doesn't merit a guide, it's that simple.
Yeah, like if you can read the dungeon journal, then you just GG really. But there we go, we're going to help you out anyway because we're nice guys.
Now for this encounter you want to bring 2 tanks, 3 healers, and burst and melee DPS are a bit stronger on this fight compared to ranged. However, on normal mode any makeup will do, it's not really too difficult. And we're going to go straight into it and we're going to talk about the boss's main ability, which is Spray.
Now this is a cast that is done on the tank constantly because the boss doesn't melee hit or anything, and it does about 100k damage and it's splash damage as well within 3 yards. So if you are tanking this, you've got to make sure you're 3 yards away from anyone else. And it increases the amount of damage taken by frost damage by 16% for 10 seconds, and this stacks. So what you want to be doing is taunting off each other, of course, when your stacks have reset.
However, for us to give you a correct stack for you to actually taunt on is kind of difficult, because for each 10% health taken off the boss, she'll gain an 8% casting speed, which means she's going to be casting this quicker, which means your tanks are going to get higher stacks before you can actually taunt off each other. So that is kind of what you need to work out on your own. Hopefully just watching the footage on screen will sort of give you an idea anyway.
Now the boss also does something at 80%, 60%, 40% and 20%, and basically she'll become immune to all damage and will spawn a bunch of adds.
It's important to note that when she does spawn these adds that she isn't completely immune to taunts. You can still taunt, which means you know your stacks still won't go through the roof. You don't need to worry about that too much. And the idea is that you need to kill one of these adds and then the shield will drop. You need to make sure that you communicate with your raid. You either mark it up with a skull, whatever, pick one of them and kill it off. And you can CC the other ones. You can either use Warlock Banish or you can use like the Shaman Elemental Chains, whatever the fuck that move is. Can't remember the name of that. But you can use that. That does work as well. So yeah. Use those 2 abilities and just kill one of the other ones. Now Lei Shi on a timer will do an ability called Hide, and this is when she'll just become completely untargetable. She'll be invisible, you can't actually see her, and she'll continue to cast Spray. However, she won't be doing it on the tank, she'll just be doing it on random people. So when she does do this, it's important that everyone does spread out 3 yards. Lei Shi will only reveal herself again and come back to the encounter once you've hit her with so many AoE abilities. You need to hit her so many times. So when she does go invisible, you need to use abilities like Rain of Fire, Blizzard, Arcane Explosion.
Any AoE really.
All your typical AoE abilities wherever she is. And the only way of really seeing where she is through like pulsing particle animation, as you can see on screen now. So when you see that, just make sure you AoE on top of it and then she'll come back.
Now the best ability this boss does, by far any boss has ever done, is something called Getaway. She'll teleport into the middle of the platform and starts pulsing large AoE damage on the raid, as well as slowly pushing you away. However, if you start walking up against this, you do take half the damage. However, of course, you can't cast if you're like a spellcaster that hasn't got move abilities while you can cast, so that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Now, she'll only stop casting this big push away thing once 4% of her HP is removed, or 30 seconds of the cast is done. But that shouldn't last. It should not last 30 seconds. You do 4%. So quickly knock off 4% of her health, and she'll return to spray spamming the tanks.
Now during this ability, like Alex said, ranged DPS are kind of weak because you can only really cast as you're being pushed back. If you just stand still and don't touch your movement keys or anything like that, or move your mouse or whatever, you can cast. However, you are getting pushed away slowly from the boss and you don't want to drop off the side, because then you have to walk all the way around again, which is a right pain. Also, if you are standing still, you're taking the full damage, whereas if you're walking against it, you're taking half the damage. So that's why melee DPS are kind of a lot better here, because you don't need to worry, you can just move and DPS all the time anyway. So yeah, that's kind of a letdown about this encounter, but you should still be fine with it. So basically the best way to counter this is saving cooldowns for this particular point, using instant cast abilities, using raid cooldowns because the damage is very, very high, and yeah, break the shield and then she'll just go back to how she was.
And that's actually the whole fight.
And that's the fight, yeah.
Yeah, so all you need to do is just taunt off each other for the spray, watch out for her casting speed increase. Of course, she'll spawn those adds every time she loses 20% of her health. Just CC2, kill one, and then keep going. She'll play hide and seek, and she'll also push you away. Oh my god, well hard.
And that's more or less the encounter.
So hard, right?
So thanks for watching. If this guide did help you out, please do drop us a like. It helps us out quite significantly. And make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe.
And if you'd like to see any of our other 10-man normal guides here by FatBoss, then please do click up on the screen now, and that'll take you right over to those videos.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.